I don't think it's fair
It's
to show that video anymore.
Yes, thank you.
I don't think that's it's like he's learning Ben Johnson's play. This is not.
Wow,
did you
who
see
put
people
this together?
replied to me? I gotta talk to you after the show.
Replied to your Twitter?
No, it's like people are sending me takes about what you say on Colin.
Oh wow! Yeah. It's the easiest way to get to me is send something.
Meanwhile, a fun round of ceiling or floor from Bristol's NFL Nations reporters. Which teams will reach their potential? Which teams will end up on the floor with our four most controversial teams?
Again, they're not our four most controversial.
But right now, Danny Parkins is in to defend a controversial QB ranking.
Oh my God!
Not by him. These are the results of Mike Sando's QB tiers, ascertained from the opinions of 50 coaches and executives. Remember, it was ranked into tiers. Tier 1 was the Big Five, according to some people. Big Four plus Matthew Stafford. Tier 2, it goes like this: Jaden, Herbert, Goff, Stroud, and Hurts tied. Bake Show, Dak, Jordan Love, and
hanging on Purdy. For dear life to Tier 2, Brock Purdy.
He's, you know what?
What'd you say about Stafford? He's in the Tier 1, bro. He's in the Tier 2. Same as Purdy. Exactly. He's in the Tier 2.
Who wants to go first here? Is it more likely Justin Herbert moves up or moves down? Danny,
go ahead.
Go first.
Marco.
Just
apparently being set up for everyone to come at me here. I got my defenses up, my counter punches. Move up, obviously. I'd have him where Stafford is right now. He's the fifth.
Love it.
He's the fifth best quarterback in football. And yes,
he's already mad.
I want you to succeed.
You're already mad.
If you succeed, I succeed. You're just making it so difficult.
Go ahead.
All right, well, I mean, listen. All right, we can just him v. Stafford. Herbert had more yards.
Well, Stafford's
going to like this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not that high on everybody's All-American.
More yards, better passer rating, more touchdowns, fewer interceptions than Stafford last year. And there is something to, and I know this is where you get upset,
I like that, actually.
how I see the NFL
like
the eye test.
I like the eye test.
It's the eye test, man. He passes all of it. And these coaches, scouts, and executives who do the rankings, what was it, 50, you said, for The Athletic? They had him 7th. ESPN put one together with coaches, scouts, and executives, 70 of them, and they ranked him 7th, ahead of Jalen Hurts on both lists. The people who do this, if we were starting a team today, who you would draft, they think he's one of the best players in football because they watch the games.
So then
They get a lot wrong, though, those same people.
So then I have a question. Then.
Go ahead, buddy.
Throw up the tweet, Dust. Then why do you feel the need to already, for the 6th straight year, make preemptive excuses for inevitable failure? The Rashawn Slater injury is a huge bummer.
It's a huge injury. That is a huge injury,
no,
objectively.
Of course it is. And so now, instead of having 2 all-pro caliber tackles, he's going to have to make do with just 1. And so
as a second-year player who might be playing left tackle after playing right.
So I guess here's my question.
Yeah.
For those other guys in the top 5, if any of them lost a star offensive lineman, I don't know that Lamar has a star offensive lineman right now, but lost their left tackle. Would you preemptively be like, well, that team's not going to be the team we thought it was? It feels to me like there is even the biggest Herbert believers already want to, because they also think the eye test is great, the arm's great, but we've actually never seen him play well in a big spot ever. So if he doesn't,
game hurts.
The playoff game was a disaster, and the first playoff game was a disaster, and the vast majority of the win-in-your-in game against the Raiders was a disaster. And go ahead.
The first half of the game against Jacksonville was not a disaster.
But the game overall
for
was a disaster.
For the team.
And then
he couldn't produce a touchdown.
The loss to Houston last year, a couple of those interceptions are off his guys' hands, and the pressures and the pass rush.
Not his fault.
I watched you guys yesterday talk about Brock Purdy, and I watched Nick slap Coach on the shoulder, and he was like, the football Illuminati agrees with us that Purdy is barely a tier 2, middle of the road guy. So I'll just
Okay.
The football Illuminati
okay, let me-
agrees with me on
Bro
Justin
would say
Herbert.
they don't get it all.
They get a lot wrong, the football Illuminati. But one member of the football Illuminati, Jim Harbaugh, his coach, went there, saw your guy with the eye test, and said, you know what? He needs to throw it 10 fewer times a game. the first 4 or 5 years of his career, he averaged 39 passes a game before Harbaugh got there. Last year, he averaged 29 passes a game. Josh Allen, you might say, well, they did it to him, but he can run. That's a big part of his success. Not so for Justin Herbert, as athletic as he is. So how do you explain, if he is that great, why does one of the best coaches of the modern era go there and say, I'm taking the football out of his hand? We'll be better if he throws less. And then he lets him air it out in the playoffs, and he throws 4 interceptions.
Well, I actually disagree with Harbaugh. I'd rather see him throw it because it's just.
But he's in the Illuminati. How do you disagree?
He is in the Illuminati, but he also last year was the only quarterback in the league to have over 500 pass attempts and fewer than 5 interceptions. It was the best interception percentage since Tom Brady in 2016. He still throws the ball a lot without throwing it to the other team. It wasn't like he had a passer rating for the season.
His interception rate dropped.
Yeah, and his passer rating went up. And he threw the ball over 500 times with a passer rating over 100. It wasn't like he wasn't passing at all.
Right.
Their team is built more to run. Their coach, no doubt, prefers to run. They've got one good receiver.
Well, now you got Keenan Allen back.
Well, Alec Harris, the guy they drafted in the second round.
Can I answer this question? I think he's going to stay where he is.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
because here's the other thing. What is definitely true, and again, I think football intelligentsia is what we're trying to say, not Illuminati. I think Illuminati has a slightly different connotation. I think
that
we
is
want to.
true.
I don't think we want to. I know, but it then led to Bruce saying, and I quote, "You said Jim Harbaugh's in the Illuminati," which we are not actually saying. We are saying he's a member of the intelligentsia.
His brother's also in, though.
Exactly right. But they love him because here is where I have some sympathy to Danny's take. It is a very, very close cousin of my Trevor Lawrence take, which is a player that size, with that pedigree, with that throwing motion, those things, he should be one of the best. But where we diverge is that once you are a half decade into your career, you have to be judged on what you actually have been rather than what you have accomplished. Now, the argument Brew was making against Herbert is a tricky one because that is a similar argument against Hurts. If you're that good, why do they take the ball out of your hands?
No, but
he
the ball
never
out of everybody's
flung it
hands.
around like Herbert.
Again,
and we also know that's not his strength, and he's a runner. So I think there's a little difference.
Go ahead, KW.
I have a take.
Oh, great.
Here we go.
You have to go all in for Herbert, and this is your last ride for Herbert. It's like a retirement match in the WWE.
Oh.
It's like if you would be better off. This is the take. If they go 10-7 and he misses the playoffs but puts up great numbers, than him getting into the playoffs and performing badly again.
Oh, he can't play bad in the playoffs again.
I agree. You have to retire.
Forget 10-7.
You don't have to retire, but you have.
My career's not over.
No, but you have to be done. Like if you run into Justin Herbert on the street somewhere,
right?
You just have to walk past him like you've never seen him in your life.
Well, I mean, I think we have my favorite graphic that has ever been created since I've been at FS1.
What is this one?
He's on pace. He's on pace.
This is the worst thing that's ever been on TV.
Because it's got to be year 6.
Bro, this is the worst thing that's ever been on TV.
This is bad.
What are you talking
It's
about?
not bad. Then
It was so different back then for quarterbacks.
But then it's the partner.
Yeah.
So
the quarterback could get pounded. The receivers could get pounded.
This is
it's
the
not
important
the same
part.
as
This
this.
is correct. This has to be a massive year. Second year with Harbaugh. They've built the system around. He has to overcome the Rashawn Slater injury. There is not the Derwin James injury or the Joey Bosa or the missed kicks or the Anthony Lynn or the Brandon Staley. Those were all things that he overcame to, what has he accomplished 5 years into his career? No player in the history of football has thrown for more yards to start a career through 5 seasons than Justin Herbert. You guys act like because of 2 games, it's like, well, nothing he does.
Playoff games. And look, I agree with you. Herbert is very talented.
Okay.
And I agree with Nick that the most likely situation is he stays about right where he is.
Here's the thing. I know that Nick agrees with me. But
I definitely don't.
Oh, really?
Not
because
top
I
5?
remember. Okay, if we were starting a team, who would you draft first, Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert?
Do I know what my team is, or is they're my first pick?
Everybody's available. You're building a team.
Under that circumstance, no, I probably would take Justin Herbert.
And he's a better player.
But that's a different. No, but that's a different.
I agree with that.
That's a different.
I agree with that. When that happens.
Okay, but can I say?
Universe.
Can I say something else that I realized before we move on, real quick? Because you just said this is the year for Herbert. You said that this is the year for Herbert.
Yeah.
It also means my guy Trevor's got 1 more year on Easy Street.
That's right.
Because this is year 5 for him.
This
so
is
he's
the
allowed.
year.
He's
You
allowed.
are like a
what do you
CEO.
mean? What do you mean?
I'll give you.
What?
He has not been nearly as good as Justin Herbert.
Well, in the regular season, in the playoffs, what do you think would happen if they played in a playoff game and one guy started off down 27 points? Would he roar back and steal the victory?
If I take the second 7 games of his second year plus the first 4,
it's
and
just
then
year
skip 3, and then those next 2, he was put that together and he was great.
That's not what it was. It's just year 2. It's just year 2.
He's not even
I'm sorry, he was
close to
7th in
Herbert.
MVP voting.
Can I
Sorry.
say-
He
before-
was in the top 7.
He's not even
This is
close
one
to
thing
Herbert.
about Trevor Lawrence. Sometimes you see this in the news where it's like a CEO is like selling their stock. Like, what? Why did that guy sell a million shares? That's you. You've been slowly offloading Trevor.
I said
He
the
had
opposite.
sold.
Slowly.
He had sold
That is
everything.
a lie.
You did come back. I'll give you credit. But you had sold
I had
last
never
year.
sold
You weren't
anything.
calling him the prince.
You guys,
he was Trevor
I'm
Lawrence.
going to get really mad.
That's who he was.
Didn't even
You
mention
guys-
his high school stats.
You guys, first of all, you demanded I stop mentioning his high school stats.
I looked him up.
And you demanded, and out of the long respect I have for you as a friend and a colleague, I accepted. You said when they're 4 and whatever, you can't call him the prince anymore. I said, you know what, you're right. And this year, they're 0-0. I'm calling him the prince. But I also said that his land and titles are on the line this year.
Like, that's too much.
It is. He's not the prey like this year. I
Pop
told
culture
you.
references from 1,200 years ago. Courtney Cronin appeared on NFL Live, detailed Caleb's, be kind here, Caleb's journey in learning Ben Johnson's complicated offense. Fair?
Yeah.
She says it's really an overload process. The Bears aren't panicking about it. They know this is his process of learning. So the Bears officially aren't worried. Should Bears fans be? Danny, you're a big star in Chicago radio. You were. Do you think Bears fans should be nervous about Caleb's process?
Well, being cynical with Bears quarterbacks comes with the territory, right? It's the franchise that drafted Mitch Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes. So, so I'm just saying, like, Bears fans are going to be skeptical and cynical about basically everything. But about what? About him not playing in a preseason game?
Wilds didn't like it.
Him having some bad training camp practices, reportedly? Like, we watched 17 games of Caleb Williams last year, and he was good. He was not great. He was not as good as he was supposed to be. But he was good. Wait a minute. He took six.
I mean, if you think Drake May was good, then Caleb was good.
I thought Drake May was like watching like
a baby deer.
like something, you know, I see the potential.
Yeah.
I'm not like that was good.
Okay, all right.
He's throwing the ball to the wrong team often.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah, your guy.
Yeah, Caleb was
Caleb
not.
just throwing it to the fans. Yeah.